The success of our business often depends on building and maintaining the right relationships. But how can we make a good impression on an important business partner? Should we invite them to our business lunch or offer a gift? In today's episode, we will explore this topic. Stay with us.
Welcome to the Business Lessons in Denmark podcast. I'm Rezső and I'll be talking to Katalin Balogh, the owner of the accounting firm Cool Accounts APS. Hi Kati, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. And you? How is it going with you?
Thanks. Everything is fine. Actually, things have been going quite well lately. I've been working with a lot of clients and I have a big one too. A real estate company for whom I'm photographing properties that are for sale or rent.
Sounds great. So you are photographing buildings and houses and flats?
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
And they give me plenty of work on their own, and I'm really thinking about how can I maintain this relationship long term. You know, I was considering inviting their contact person for a business lunch to see if I can count on this contract in the future and to smooth the wheels a bit.
Yeah, I understand. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't want it to feel like a bribery or anything. I just feel that these personal connections can mean a lot to a small business. And I'm so curious, what do you think about it?
Well, don't worry, Rezső. Inviting someone to a business lunch is definitely not bribery. It is called representation expenses.
Well, what a relief.
In Denmark, it's quite common in business. There are many reasons why you might invite someone for coffee, lunch, or dinner to strengthen a business relationship, finalize a sales process, or lay the groundwork for future collaboration. So it's totally fine.
That's great news, Kati. I think after this episode, I will look for a 3 Michelin stars restaurant and hope I can make a good impression on the client.
Well, hold your horses, because you need to know that you can only deduct 25% of the expense. So 75% will be from your own pocket.
What? It's too much. So then maybe I will stick to the local fast food joint.
Well, if the food is good.
Yeah, really good hot dog on the corner. Yeah, of course, I'm just kidding. I will find a good restaurant.
Okay, all right. And by the way, the same applies to the VAT on the restaurant bill. You can only deduct 25% of it. So if you go somewhere expensive, most of the bill will still be on you.
Wow. So if I understand correctly, if, for example, a 2-person lunch costs, let's say, 1,000 krona, I can only deduct 250 krona?
Exactly. You can deduct 25% of the cost and 25% of the VAT. So if you paid 1,000 crowns, the total deduction will be 250 crowns, as you said. The remaining 750 crowns will be out of your own pocket.
So it's worth thinking a bit more conservatively. Yeah. But now that we are on this topic, what are the exact rules for documentation? I assume I need to keep the receipts?
Yes, well, that's a very good question. You will need to keep the receipt or invoice, but you also need to write on the invoice the names of the participants, which company they represent, and the purpose of the meeting. For example, that you had a lunch with Joe Doe from the I Buy and Sell Houses APS to discuss future contracts.
So I need to write these details on the receipt?
Yes, if there is space enough on the receipt, you can write it there. But if not, you can make an attachment listing the details. So who you met with, their company name, and the purpose of the meeting.
Okay, and I understand. Yeah, but now that I'm thinking about developing business relationship, and I'm wondering if I can give a gift to a business partner, like a bottle of wine, but of course, not from my own wine fridge, uh, but both with company money. So can I write this off as an expense?
Yes, you can give gifts, but the rules of deductibility depend on what kind of gift it is.
And what do you mean?
I mean that if it's a low value gift that you distribute widely to your clients, like a promotional pen with your company logo, this is considered an advertising expense. And both the cost and the VAT are fully deductible.
Oh, so if I buy pens for 10 kroner, each with my logo on them, or other small items like bottle openers, and give one to each of my clients, I can fully write off the cost and deduct the VAT.
Yes, exactly. This is considered advertising and it's fully deductible. But if we go back to your first example, if you give a higher value gift to a smaller group of partners, it's considered a representation cost. In that case, only 25% of the value is deductible and you cannot deduct the VAT at all.
So if I buy a nice bottle of Barolo for 500 kroner for my real estate contact, I can only write off 100 krones and I cannot deduct the VAT?
No, that's correct, the way you calculated it. And just like with the lunches, you will need documentation. Who you gave the gift to, which company they work for, and why you gave it.
I see. Well, Kati, I'm both happy and a bit disappointed because it's good to know I can write off representation cost, as you call them, but I can only deduct a fraction of the total cost.
Yes. And don't forget that for representation costs to be deductible, they must be related to your business activities. So as long as you are inviting business partners for lunch, dinner, or coffee, it's totally fine, but you shouldn't mix your personal life into this.
Well, I think I will take advantage of this opportunity, but with the accounting rules, I probably won't spend thousands on representation every week.
Yeah.
Still, a good conversation over a nice lunch or a thoughtful gift can work wonders. Maybe I will get a contract again next year.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the chat, Kati. It was really helpful.
You are very welcome, Rezső.
Dear listener, thank you for your attention today and see you next week. Today's episode was sponsored by Cool Accounts APS. If you don't want to struggle alone with your business finances and taxes, contact us through our website www.accounts.cool. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Facebook page for useful and up-to-date information. We wish you a successful week.